So here we are, November 4th, day after the election. And of course, there's chaos and uncertainty from the key swing states as there appears to be more ballots popping up out of nowhere, apparently. So we're going to talk about that more today. But just strolling through the internet, and I came across something I thought was very interesting because, even though last night, for example, a lot of people have probably glued into the TV, hoping and waiting to see some type of a favorable outcome for their preferred candidate. And a lot of things that we're not really still keeping at the forefront of our mind is the fact that no matter who wins this current presidential election, there's still going to be a movement towards the Great Reset. And so, once again, I think this current presidential debacle of the left and right, ballots, no ballots, swing states, and all that other stuff that's being put out there right now, it's going to be carried on throughout the rest of this week. And along with that, it's more of the smoke and mirrors behind the bigger agenda, which it happens to be the Great Reset that's still in play. And so I was actually scrolling through the internet, as I mentioned, and I came across this little snippet here from Derek Bros. Not quite sure, don't know much about him, but it was entitled or hashtag the Great Reset, and that caught my attention. So I wanted to share this with you briefly, and so help you get a different perspective outside of what the mainstream media might have us glued into the TVs, all hoping for some type of favorable outcome. And so I'll just read it briefly if you guys don't mind. And I'll put the link down if you guys want to share it or whatnot. But as it says here, it says, friends, for me, what has been most disturbing over the past 4 years is watching people who used to claim to love liberty or maybe even still pretend to care embracing Donald Trump. I've written extensively about how he is more of the same, even while he is an occasional wild card. It says Trump has not disrupted the predator class agenda and pushed towards technocracy. We are still marching towards the Great Reset. He is still allies with all the other criminal nations. He has dropped more drone bombs than Obama. He is in bed with big oil and big pharma. I could go on, but at this point, those who don't see it won't see it. Now, it's also true that the mainstream corporate media has an obvious bias against Trump and has clearly pushed false narratives over the last 4 years. They have no credibility. It says, however, the mistake is to assume that what you are seeing unfold on TV and in the media is real. So this is all a narrative playing out perfectly. And yes, Trump is playing his role. So despite his pushing back in some areas, Trump is still largely pushing the control agenda forward. It says the reality is that Trump, at best, represents a different faction of the predator class families. Sure, he might not be the best representative for their agenda, but the agenda will succeed no matter which puppet is in the White House. Stop assuming because he tweets or vaguely references pushing back in some areas, quote, vaccines, for example, that he is on, quote, our side. You are buying into a narrative that is meant to make you believe you are a part of some revolution against the deep state. On the flip side, those who are begrudgingly those who are begrudgingly those who are begrudgingly sud- those who are begrudgingly ugh, those who are begrudgingly sub those who are begrudgingly those who are begrudgingly supporting Biden think they are fighting a revolution against a rising tyrant. These are all lies. The only answer is to stop playing their game and focus on building a better world outside of their economic enslavement, authoritarian practices, surveillance, smart grid, and false media. We can do it. We must reject the comfort and, quote, safety of clinging to a false narrative and false messiahs. Rule yourself. So, yeah, I wanted to share this for a quick second because when I was reading through this, I'm like, wow, I got to definitely share this with the RT community because so much stuff in here resonates well with me. And so after watching last night, I went to bed early, not 100% sure as to what I would wake up to, but knowing that no matter what I woke up to see, whatever it was not going to be something favorable. And so once again, I wanted to share this real quick because I thought this might be something a lot of people might want to, see or whatnot. And so once again, as I always mentioned before, the left, right, it's all just something. It's all an illusion, man. They put it in front of our face to give us the choice of the illusion of choice, but in actuality, it's all heading towards the same agenda. Now we'll see how this thing plays out moving forward, because what's going to happen, regardless of what the tallies or the ballots come out to reveal, is that there will be continued unrest and uncertainty in the markets, which will create more instability in everyone's lives, and as well as amongst family and friends and all that other stuff. So once again, we'll take a quick minute to share this. Leave a comment down below. What do you guys think? Share your thoughts on this article here. Share your thoughts on this little visual aid here. I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Leave a comment.